steps up. Ricketts is at the high point. Jones. Aromaterio has a lane. Nicholas Aromaterio, the shot. Scores! Holy jumping! The Italian stallion puts the puck in the back of the net. Mamma mia, Nicholas Aromaterio! So to keep it in and does. Callum Jones for Potts. At the blue line, kept in by the skate of Thomas Maya. Maya. Down low on the half course, he swings out in the slot for Potts. Kyle Potts has it, hands on, now he shoots, scores! Holy jumping! How do you do? Kyle Potts puts the puck in the back of the net. He's blocked that shot, and coming the other way is Alton McDermott. He's in on the breakaway, scores! Holy jumping! His grandfather, Paul Henderson, must be ecstatic about that one because Alton McDermott just scored his first career Buckland Cup final playoff goal. Has been pulled. The Dukes are in the Oakville zone. Zone salvage. Swung that around. The Blades are trying to tie this puck up. It goes into the corner. The Blades have a chance to get this out. Lions will tie it up. 10 seconds. Gilmore has it at the point. It's in. Tips. Just wide. 7 seconds. It's back in the corner. Ewing's back in. 3, 2, 1. The Oakville Blades. Holy jumping. Blades win. Blades win. Blades win. The Oakville Blades are Buckland Cup champions.
You're watching Mamma Mia! This is Fire Talk with Nicholas Fiore.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode number 13 of Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk, and my guest on this edition of the show is OHLer for the Peterborough Petes, John Parker Jones. Jones, thanks for joining me here on episode number 13.
Thanks for having me, Nick. It's been a long time. I'm happy to be here.
That's right, and it has been a long time, and people don't know we were together in the 2016-2017 season back when you were playing with the Brampton Bombers in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League. Obviously, I was the broadcaster for the team, and you can see that, you know, we clicked there right away as a player broadcaster there, and it's good to see that you made the jump.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and again, we were talking about it before we started, how you've made the jump as well. Two guys just trying to work our way up through the systems, and it's great. Like I said, I have a lot of fond memories of being with you back in Brampton. I've actually got an old video on my phone of one of the old calls you used to make. It was a hit I made in Brantford. So I'll have to send you that after and give you a listen. I'm sure you get a kick out of it.
Yeah, send me that for sure. That'd be great. Maybe I'll throw her in the video here in this show. That'd be fantastic. And obviously, you were young when you made the jump, but you were in the 16-17 season. And then you signed with Peterborough August 31st of 2017, and you were 17 years old. What are the odds of that, right? 17-year-olds making the jump. Was it surreal to you? Was it crazy? How were you feeling?
It was a whirlwind of emotions for me because it was something I had in my sights as a goal, but something that, you know, I didn't know if it was going to be possible to achieve at the time. I mean, it might not be the greatest attitude to look at it sometimes, but I mean, it was something that I was really passionate about and really nervous about heading into. So going into that camp was just a matter of just trying to showcase my talents in like the right positions, trying to shine at those right moments. And fortunately enough, it ended up working out at the end of that camp, and I was able to sign a contract, probably one of the greatest days of my life to this date so far. And I'm very fortunate for all the opportunities, everything it's brought me these past 3 to 4 years now.
A lot of kids, you know, your age and, well, now you're 20 years old, but even younger, want to make the OHL and kind of have a dream to make the OHL after Junior B or Junior A, or even transferring from NCAA sometimes to the OHL. And obviously you did it, and, 141 games so far, 12 goals, 14 assists, but obviously you're in a different role than maybe an Akil Thomas would be, or a Quentin Byfield and all that stuff, and all those guys, right? And you have to work a little bit extra harder, if that's fair to say. How is that going for you, and how hard do you have to work to be
an everyday guy in the lineup in the OHL.
Yeah, it's a grind for sure. And the point you made on, those guys, the big scorers in the league, it's just the same as it would be for me, right? We're all putting in tremendous amounts of efforts and making huge sacrifices. So a day in the life, I guess for me personally, it's just about keeping all the little things right, keeping a positive face. You never know what is going to be the thing that keeps you on a team or keeps you in that spot or even gets you to the next spot. So something as little as your attitude every day in the rink could be that thing that keeps you on the team ahead of another guy, or gets you noticed on another team. Just all those little things. The workouts and everything. We all have the same schedule most likely. Everyone on the team has to go in and do our workout together. It's all very team oriented, but I find the things you can do to better yourself away from the rink, or even after we're done, if the workout says it's only an hour, no one says you have to put in work for just an hour, right? You can always find a foam roller, or do a little bit of extra. Those are the things that kind of help you move on, I guess.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the extra mile, like, okay, not just you're done on the ice, or even your workout off the ice. Maybe you go home and you work on a few different things, or maybe you look at some sort of tape or something to make you better in that next level. I haven't even touched on how you've been during quarantine, during COVID. Numbers are going up, by the way. We want to get back on the ice. OHL has a proposed date that you guys want to return. But how have you and the family been?
Well, we've been awesome, and haven't been struggling too much with the isolation. I think we've been all doing pretty good, supporting each other. Getting on the ice definitely helps a lot, and about halfway through the summer, once things were opening up, definitely helped trying to get out and doing more things. Family just recently purchased a trailer out in Goderich, so towards the end of the summer, they were making the trips up there, so that was nice to see for them. Haven't been able to reach out there yet, but I will have to before I have to leave again. So.
And speaking about leaving again, you're going to have to report soon. I talked to Christian Prabhu, the goalie of Sudbury Wolves, in episode 12, and he said that he's going to be reporting in the middle of November or October, or what's the plan for Peterborough?
Yeah, it sounds like everyone in the league starting around that mid-November date. It'll probably be quick camp. Everyone's got to get their legs going. Everyone's got to be firing right away, because there's not a whole lot of time to sit around and wait for this to happen. We've had a whole year for that now. So, I think it's gonna be a little hectic at the start, but had the whole summer to be ready for it. So.
I was just gonna say, you had an extended summer, if you want to call it, working out. Isn't the onus more on you guys and the players now, if you really want to crack the lineup, because there's not going to be much in camp. If a coach or two or the GM sees, I don't know, you're not going to be in, aren't you? You got to put your work in the off season now in order to set yourself up, because it's going to be a quick turnaround.
Yeah, well, it's huge because most summers end up being what, maybe. If you don't make the playoffs, it could be 5 months.
Yeah.
If you have a good playoff run, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So to have a big opening, like, quarantine wasn't ideal for everyone, and it left us with a whole lot of uncertainty. But I find, like, for me personally, a positive look you could put onto it is how much extra time to go back and look at some things in my game, whether it be mentally, how I think about the game, the extra workouts you can. I know the gyms were tough to get into for a bit, but like I said, there's always a way to get around everything, right? So.
Exactly. But with the cases going up, have you heard anything from the league of maybe not the December 1st proposed start date, or right now it's still the status quo?
Right now, I think it's just the status quo. I haven't heard issues about the numbers going up in terms of it affecting the season so far. I definitely don't want to hear any news like that either. But right now it seems like that's the plan, is mid-November, and we're just gonna have to run with it. And I haven't heard too much on, like, details on how things will be handled, but I'm sure like I said, I'm pretty confident that the league will make the right choices.
Obviously, Brantford boy and playing in Peterborough, it's kind of far ways. When you were with Peterborough here the 3 years, have you been billeting? And if you have, how was the billeting family and how was that process?
Yeah, so I actually didn't have a billet right at the start when I joined Peterborough, so I signed August 31st, and then we went to Buffalo for a little pre-season showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up spending a night with assistant coach that year, Mike Duco.
Yeah.
Little shout out for him there. And and then I ended up getting to go home and grab some more gear from home before I made my final trip up to Peterborough for the season. And that's when I met my billets, Corey and Dana, and I've been with them since day one. Nothing but class there, great people. Very fortunate to have them in my life now. And sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. You always hear stories about a billet family and how nice and important it is to have such a good billet family. Because let's be honest, you're moving from home, you're moving from the parents, from the siblings, even from the grandparents. Like you're not seeing all these important people in your life, but you're going to a billet family at technically, let's say 17, 18 years old when you did. How important is it to have such an important and supportive billet family?
I think it's huge, and I think my transition was excellent. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't so nervous going into, that first walk up to the door, the first dinner together. I forgot to mention too that they have two younger boys, Graydon and Garrett, and I think that was something that helped a lot to, help mesh with the family. We used to play mini sticks all the time, whatever it was, playing NHL, everything. I think that was a good icebreaker for us. I could just find a way to get closer with them and help them with their hockey careers, because they're both very, very good players themselves. And, it'd be nice to see them have some success moving forward. And I'm pretty confident in those two guys.
Let's talk about the jump from the GOJHL to the OHL. Like I said earlier, you see the jump from the OJHL Junior A to the O. But you don't see it much from Junior B ranks in the Greater Ontario Junior Hockey League. How was the transition? How was the difference of the style of play? How difficult was it for you?
It was definitely a big transition. The biggest thing for sure was definitely the speed and how I figure out how to word this. I guess like the thought process. Everything was quicker. So
yeah.
You got to think. I'm thinking to myself, okay, this game's going to be faster now. I need to be this much quicker. My quick start's got to be better. Well, it's not just that now. People are thinking quicker. You got to be able to make those plays at that high speed now, which not to cut down on Junior B at all or anything, but it is a step up though, and it is a bit of an adjustment period. But that's why I was very fortunate to play for the Brampton Bombers that year, because I was able to adjust to that speed. Whereas, maybe if I was in major midget, I might have found myself even further back on the speed maybe. So, and again, playing against 20-year-olds in Junior B hockey still, you do get that chance to mature a bit and, see what it is playing against guys who are older than you. And it does help with my size too. I didn't have to worry too much physically, but it was a transition for sure.
You're a big boy, especially on skates. You gotta use that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I like to.
There you go. Your first OHL goal, your first goal or your first bucket or your first pitch or anything in any sport is special, right? Yeah. And obviously, OHL is classified as kind of like the major junior kind of league, the league where you could get drafted into the NHL from the OHL. It's always special. Talk about your first OHL goal. You got 12 of them, but let's talk about number one.
Yeah, number one was awesome. The parents were in the building for that night. It was in Oshawa. Nice. Second period, I believe. That'd have to be. Yep, second period. Shot from the point from Declan Chisholm, and just got enough on it just to get a little tip. Got it in. It was a little embarrassing actually, because after I scored, I was so happy. I was so high on myself. I grabbed my jersey and I was screaming, I was yelling. when you look back at it, though, it's like me pointing at myself. It's like, I scored, it was me. So I got razzed a bit from all the boys after that for the excessive celly, but I didn't care. I was so happy about it, and everyone was happy for me too. So it was pretty early in the season too. So I was, just happy to get it out of the way for sure.
Absolutely.
I stop thinking about it.
Yeah, like I said, it's special, right? No matter what, and that excessive celebration. You know what? Get chirped a little bit, right? Who cares?
It's all in good fun, right? There's no problem showing a little passion.
Well, you know what? It's not just, on the serious end of it too. It's like, it's all the hard work you're putting in. At the end of the day, you're a forward. Doesn't matter what line you're on. You want to score goals. And even depends what role you are. You're going to get 30, 40, 50 goals. Doesn't matter. You're going to get 5, 10 goals. Even if it's one, you want that one, and you're going to celebrate mostly every goal that goes in. It's just the way it is. You can see it in the NHL now, right? So it doesn't really matter. So good for you there. Moving on, just to talk about the OHL and how hard is it, and to find yourself in the lineup. We touched upon it a little bit. Going into your 4th full season, I guess you can say, in the OHL. Hopefully it's a season that is going to go, because COVID has put some damper on a lot of plans. But what can you expect from yourself and from the team moving forward in the 2020-2021 season?
I guess I can start off explaining, expectations-wise for a team. There's nothing set in stone about me being back in Peterborough. I just figured I'd clarify that just so that. But as a team, though, like I said, there's a lot of guys leaving. We had a very old group last year, right before the season canceled. So it'll be interesting to see what things look like heading back into camp. We have a lot of great young players who made some big jumps last season, and it'll be nice to see them coming back through camp. I've touched in with a couple of them over the summer, and I've been on the ice with them. They all look good. So I'm very excited to see everyone at camp. Camp's probably the best time of the year. You get to reconnect with everyone, see how they've been doing. And personally, for me this season, it's that last year, it's that OA season. So it's time to kind of leave it all out on the table there. And, I don't want to look back on this year and think I had a little bit extra to give. So I've been working lots on my skating, working a lot more on my trying to pick up my scoring ability. Like you said, I want to be scoring more than 1 goal, 5 goals, right? Want to get up there, want to be a top contributor, hopefully. And like I said, the size is still there. I'm planning on using it lots this year, so just need the opportunity.
There you go. And once you get that opportunity, you show them at camp, and they can put you in the lineup all the time, buddy, because you can do it. And I'm a fan of yours. You've been great with myself when I reached out to you. No problem. Let's get her going. It was good that, we were together back 4 years ago now. But it's good to see the progression that you made. Keep on making the progression. Have a solid year with Peterborough. And thanks for joining me on this episode.
Thanks so much for having me, Nick. And I'm hoping the best for you moving forward here as well.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Everyone, John Parker Jones, OHLer for the Peterborough Petes in the Ontario Hockey League. Please follow us on all social media platforms, as well as Parker Jones on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the YouTube channel as well, all at Mamma Mia. This is Fire Talk. This was episode number 13. Remember, some Instagram lives are coming Tuesdays and Thursdays, and episodes will be released in weeks coming as well. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the Oakville Blades play-by-play broadcaster. That's John Parker Jones, player forward for the OHL in the Peterborough Petes. Episode number 13. Thank you for tuning in. Mamma Mia!
Now Davis takes it and looks to come the other way. Davis is in, trying to drive, and he will look to go across. Good play to Davis, though, to get it right back to him. He goes down low to Israel's. Centering, it's there! Score! Stevie! Steven Whittle scores his first OHL playoff goal for the Oakville Blades. This game is opening up in a big way for both teams. Ricketts centering, what a pass, Israel's breakaway, the move, scores! What a goal for the Alaska Fairbanks commit, the assistant captain, Harrison Israels, with an absolute dandy Down low to Lyons. Jack Lyons centering. Scores! The double jacks combine as that puck popped up like a jack in a box. And it's Jack Ricketts from Jack Lyons. 6-1 on the 40th shot of the game. It's all Oakville.
Colette Smith hits it in. A chance here can develop, but the Blades will look to take it. And Ricketts finds Israels. Breakaway Israels. A chance backhand. Rebound. Scores! And the Oakville Blades win it here in Toronto. Blades win, Blades win, Blades win.
That was Mamma Mia! This is Fire Talk with Nicholas Fiore. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next episode.